when I started, I weighed 193 when I started, and I actually weighed myself this morning, which I normally don't do throughout the week, but I weighed 157 pounds. I learned how it actually being healthy from eating good and exercising, what it has actually physically done for my body, how it's changed it, and how it's made me feel. I didn't realize the things I was putting in my body. Now I do. That's one. Number two, as far as moving and exercising, I understand now that you have to be moving. You definitely have to move and you have to exercise, because that's naturally my blood pressure went from like 147 over 94. I just checked it this morning and it was 111 over 70.
Wow.
No medications. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I definitely, I know that my resting heart rate obviously has dramatically dropped. So I don't think my heart's working as hard, pumping as much anymore, because I'm overall just completely healthier than what I used to be.
Tell us your name and where you're located.
My name is Timothy Chestnut. I'm located in Sweet Valley, Pennsylvania.
Okay, great. And describe how you were feeling. Like, how was your health and what were the problems you were having?
Problems I was having, I thought that I was sort of overweight. I weighed about 193 pounds. I was exhausted a lot, and I had high blood pressure, and I knew that something had to be done eventually, because over the last couple years, I've seen it progressively even get worse with the weight gain and with my overall health, about how I felt. I could see it getting worse.
So, right. Why did you decide to join the Enhanced Fitness and Nutrition program?
Well, again, I wanted to join it because I knew I had to do something. I mean, I literally would walk up a couple flights of steps now and then and be short of breath. I didn't like the way I was looking. I had a lot of body fat on me, and I could see that, even though I had people tell me that they didn't think I was heavy or out of shape, but I thought I was, because to me that was a lot of weight, and I had a lot of fat I could see on me. And plus, I just didn't like walking around, and again, shortness of breath. And I knew I was totally and completely out of shape, and I was getting older in age, and I figured that something had to be done. So I had to do something.
And what did you want to achieve by joining the program?
What I wanted to achieve was overall just a totally better lifestyle, to change what I kind of have been doing, definitely lose weight and naturally feel better and just be overall healthy, to live a longer life and a happier life, because I feel better.
Yeah, that's yeah, right. That's what you're striving for, is living that healthy life. And you've done a great job. So what was the biggest challenge you were facing when you decided to join?
I think that my biggest challenge, probably what worried me the most, was my job. I could pick up at any moment and have to take off. And I do travel quite a bit. Recently I haven't been, which has been good, but that's what I feared the most was, am I going to be able to really do this? Because my job was what concerned me about traveling all over the world, because sometimes I could be called up at any moment to go somewhere. And I would figure, well, I'm stuck out in the middle of the ocean on a ship. What am I going to do? Will I have access to these foods? Will I have access to the weight equipment, and etc.? That's what I was concerned about and worried about. But I decided to move forward with it, and just I would have to make it happen one way or the other if that occurred. I'd have to work around it somehow to try to make it still continue to happen.
Right, sure. And tell us, how the problem was impacting your life, and and your well-being?
Oh, well, I think it was impacting my life. I actually got lazy and I didn't want to do things, even with family members and
Hmm.
friends. There are a lot of times after work, I had no motivation and I'd sit down on that couch and I'd watch television, I'd snack, and I just had no motivation. And it just, that was a big impact on family and friends because there's a lot of things I was invited to go do. Let's go do this. And now I'm not in the mood. I don't feel like doing that. And
Hmm.
now it's certainly definitely ain't like that. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, you have more energy now. You feel
plenty. Yes.
plenty.
A lot more. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Great. Um, so, what were the biggest concerns or fears around reaching out for help?
Um, well, again, I think that one of my concerns about reaching out for help was, um, you know, am I really going to be able to do this and stick with it? Because I don't want to fail at something when I do it. And
Hmm.
anyone that's trying to help me, I don't want to see them fail either. So
Hmm.
I was a little concerned about that. Like, what if I get into this for a month and realize I can't do this? Again, so that was somewhat of a fear and a concern, to reach out and to help. And again, I think the biggest thing was, am I going to be able to do this?
Hmm.
Realistically, I'm a little hesitant about this program because I read so many things about people's plans, their diets, their fitness programs, and people do things a different way. And I just was like, what really is the best way? Because
Hmm.
everybody says my way's the best.
Right.
Um, so that was one of my concerns. Like,
Hmm.
is this really going to work? I don't know.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to have to jump in the barrel and let's try it. So
Sure. Right. Right. Yeah, I know that's a concern, with a lot of people. There is, there's a lot out there that, claim have a lot of claims to them, and nobody
yes,
really knows exactly what is legit and
right.
what's not. Um, Tell us about your first impression with the Enhanced Fitness and Nutrition program back when you started, and how those first impressions changed now that you've been a member for a while.
Okay. Well, one of my first impressions was right off the bat, when I downloaded your metabolism reset, and I dropped 5 or 6 pounds in that 1 week.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
that that was a real big key for me. I said, well, this works so far. So
Hmm.
let me talk to Frank. So then that's when I discussed it with you and said, okay, let's do this and move forward with it.
Hmm.
And one another concern that I had was the when you sent me the menus and the food, and
Hmm.
I thought that was going to be a complete nightmare, but it turned out not to be. So I was impressed with that after the first week or two, how easy it was to follow that menu and to get the items that I needed and to
Hmm.
stick with that.
Right.
So the, those things right there were. I was very impressed with it, and I was very impressed with the food and the nutrition because I thought I'd have to starve myself. I thought I could only eat certain things, and
Uh-huh.
and none of that is true. The
All right.
foods that I'm eating are delicious. I like them, and I still splurge a little bit on the weekends.
Sure.
So that was my first impression.
Hmm.
And again, as I move through, um, none of that has actually changed after the whole 4 months. I think that the nutrition program and the actual exercise program, that has changed and that's gotten tougher,
Hmm.
which is good. But as far as the food and the nutrition, and what you were claiming would happen, that exactly is what has happened. And for me, it has happened for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, you've done a great job, and yes, you follow the program, and that's key. Following the program and having that dedication to it, and the
Yeah.
motivation, and having that accountability. Every week.
Right.
Having our
Right.
talks every week. Yeah, you've done a great job. And yeah, you said, you splurge here and there, and that's fine.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
what we teach. And I hope, you know, going through, the meal plans and everything else, you've learned too, what you can do now moving forward.
Yes. Yes.
Is that
Yes.
true?
Again, without a doubt, my first impression about the whole meal thing was I really thought I'm going to be eating a bunch of horrible food. And I said, I'm not, I said, this is probably just not going to be realistic. But no, I was proved wrong on that part. It's actually, the food is actually pretty good. So,
Yeah, good,
and,
good.
and like I said, the exercising, I learned so much about that. Again, but my first impression was I actually thought that it wasn't enough, but I can kind of see how you were setting it up as a moderation to continue to build on, and that's what you done, and I can see that. I didn't see that at first, but I see that now. See that now.
Right. There are stages. There's, getting you starting you out slow, so that we can get you, working more towards then your goal and slowly get you there, so it's not too much too soon.
Right. Correct. Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. What three things have you learned from your time with the program that have made the biggest impact in your life and your relationships?
Well, three things that have had the most impact were definitely probably my eating habits. That was number one. My eating habits were horrible. They were horrible. I don't eat like that no more, and I certainly don't intend to anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the things I was putting in my body. Now I do. That's one. Number two, as far as moving and exercising, I understand now that you have to be moving. You definitely have to move, and you have to exercise, because that's definitely a big part of it too.
Sure.
And so those were probably the two biggest things I learned. And then naturally, overall, I learned how it actually, being healthy from eating good and exercising, what it has actually physically done for my body, how it's changed it, and how it's made me feel. That's probably the third one right there. Those three items right there. It's a total 180 as far as my health, overall health, how I feel and how I look. So
right.
Those three items. Yes.
Yeah. No, those are great. Three great things. Yes, you've had tremendous transformation. In all those aspects. It's great, and it's great to see. It's great to see someone go from A then to Z, and
Right. And it's you go from a 38 gene to a 33, and you have everybody at work saying, "What are you doing? What's going on here?" It is. It's amazing. It is.
Yeah. And I remember you telling me that you said that there was plenty of food. You're never hungry. Also.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Actually, there's some meals I can't eat it all. I have to let some there. I just can't eat it all. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. What results have you seen from implementing these, and how have these results impacted you?
Well, the results I've seen naturally is my weight loss. I've seen how my skin tone looks much different and better. Naturally, my blood pressure went from like 147 over 94. I just checked it this morning, and it was 111 over 70.
Wow.
No medications. No. Yeah. So I definitely, I know that my resting heart rate obviously has dramatically dropped. So I don't think my heart's working as hard, pumping as much anymore, because I'm overall just completely healthier than what I used to be. So those are probably the two biggest is the weight loss, even my skin tone, definitely my blood pressure. I'm next month I'm getting another cholesterol check, so I'm going to see if that dropped. That was high. And I've seen muscle toning, my muscle come back too. Very much so, because I know it was very weak when I started. because
Sure.
I wasn't using the muscles the way that I am now.
Right, right. And how much weight did you lose total?
When I started, I weighed 193 when I started, and I actually weighed myself this morning, which I normally don't do throughout the week, but I weighed 157 pounds.
Oh, okay.
So from 193 to 157
Hmm.
in 4 months and 1 week.
Yeah,
So
yeah. That's great. Yeah, congratulations. That's
thank you.
that's a
Yes.
great achievement. Yeah, like I
Yes.
said, you've done great. Done great. Who would you recommend the Enhanced Fitness and Nutrition program to?
Well, I would absolutely recommend it to anybody, anyone, any friends or family members I know, or anyone that even would view your website. I would recommend them to give this definitely a shot because without a doubt it works. And
Hmm.
and the reason I say that is because I know it worked for me, and I've seen the results. And it's not as difficult as I thought it would be when I first started. Like I said before, with the food,
Hmm.
I thought that was going to be a complete nightmare, and again, it wasn't. I thought that I'd try you'd have me in the gym hours, and that's not the case.
Hmm.
And
Right.
so I would recommend this to anyone at all who's interested at all in no matter what their goal was, even if it's just to lose weight, if you want to build muscle and strength, or just your overall health in general, getting back in shape and feeling better. I would
Hmm.
recommend it to anybody. I certainly would. I'd recommend it to anybody.
Oh, great. Yeah, I appreciate that very much. Yes,
It
that's.
works. It works.
And yeah, you're a definite testament to that. That it does work. And then you have to be committed, and you were.
Yes. Oh,
So.
yeah, without a doubt. I mean,
Hmm.
don't get me wrong. There are them days where I get lazy and say I don't think I'm going to do this, but
Uh,
I still do it, and may not have gave 100%, but I do.
you
Yes.
did, but you did it right. Yeah,
Yes.
you did something rather than nothing. You're right.
I don't want to go back to them days. Okay, I'll just sit on the couch because
Yeah.
that don't
No.
work. So,
Yeah, no, they don't. It doesn't. It doesn't. And lastly, what was your favorite part about being in the Enhanced Fitness program?
I actually think the favorite part um, was actually um, I'd have to probably say my favorite part was the actual exercising, how much better I feel. As far as the
Hmm.
exercises that you had me doing and had me going through and doing, it was just amazing how quickly they took and how much I started feeling better. And I really enjoyed that because I said, man, I do feel a lot better. And I think I enjoyed that the most part is
Hmm.
that right
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
And
yeah.
again, the time, I thought there'd be a lot more time invested and less fun, and that's not the case. That
Hmm.
certainly is not the case.
Right, right. And that's what I say in my, on my, some of my, in my ads and things like that, that, we want you to enjoy and for it to be easy and,
Yeah.
efficient, effective, so that you don't have to spend hours in the gym. You don't have to spend, hours doing cardio, and
Right.
you don't have to have a strict restrictive diet or nutrition plan, something that it is going to be based on your lifestyle
Yes.
and built around your lifestyle, so that you can get those results. And
Yeah.
surely you've done that, and
Right.
done an amazing job. So yeah, I'm proud of you for what you've accomplished.
Thank you. Yeah. Like I said, it was the exercise, and I really enjoy because it actually made me feel better. It
Hmm.
made me feel better. There's no stress anymore with things. It just overall the exercises, it made me feel a lot better. Now
Hmm.
I know that the nutrition had a lot to do with that too, but
Sure.
the exercises. I actually look forward to doing the exercises.
Hmm.
I look forward to it. Yeah.
Right, and that's what we want. We want you to, like I said, enjoy it, look forward to it, and not dread going to the gym or doing your workouts or, um, you know, and not enjoy the foods. Also
Right.
we want you to be able to enjoy everything and want to want to do it.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
great.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and we'll just keep plugging along.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. All right.